Hey, 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 happy day 812 of What's She Up To Now. Whoosh. It's not that cold out. We finally are losing our snow in Wisconsin. It's about time. But today I want to talk about a lot of things. I almost forgot to do this video. How could I forget this video after so many days in a row? But I want to talk about BHAG, family, being left out in the cold, get up and go challenge, D100 plan. And so how could I possibly not do this one? I have all those things I want to chat about quickly. First off, day 812, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here of What's She Up To Now, documenting my journey as I transitioned from 47 years in business and the brick and mortar world, plus 25, over a quarter century of that in corporate America, working for some of the biggest corporations in the world, to the online world of business. And done a lot of stuff online. I've tried a lot of stuff. And I have not had my home run equal to my offline world achievement yet, right? And I say yet because I got a feeling that 2020 is the year. And that ties into my BHAG, my big, hairy, audacious goal. For the Rise Up Challenge, I'm doing Pete Vargas's Rise Up Challenge. I've been doing it for, I guess yesterday was day 14, today's day 15. It's a 20-day challenge, and it's right alongside, and it started about 5 days after mine and will end 5 days before, because I'm doing a 30-day challenge, the Get Up and Go challenge for the month of April, because I want to guarantee and make sure people are better off at the end of this pandemic, post-pandemic, than they are when they went into this pandemic. Every person on this planet has the ability to be better off than when we started in this pandemic. Each and every one of us, in more than one way, but in many ways, in any way, shape, and form. So, Get Up and Go Challenge today was all about the D100 and how you interact and communicate with those people. And big, hairy, audacious goal was for the Rise Up Challenge. And for me, the Rise Up Challenge, I set the big, hairy, audacious goal that I will impact. I originally said 100,000 folks so that they're better post-pandemic than they are before we entered the pandemic, but I changed that to 1 million because 2020 is the year that I stop hiding, I find my voice, and I stop playing small. Yep, I just called my shot and committed to that right here, right now, on day 812 of What's She Up To Now. What She Up To Now is ramping up and getting out of my own way and making sure that I'm sharing things that can positively impact the world. So that's my big, hairy, audacious goal. D100, teaching people how to do that right. I think we're gonna have a workshop this week on how to get an online presence in probably just a couple hours, and I might record and do that live. I'm doing it with a couple of young men that are like, hey, we're out of work, we need something to do. One still has his job, but he's working from home, and he's like, I need something else. I need to have a supplemental income or something to fall back on. What can I do quickly and easily? So we're going to set them up with just a really simple funnel to start building their audience and capturing leads. They don't know that yet, but that's what we're going to do. So this week sometime I will fit in a live workshop. If you are interested, hit me up in the comments below so that I send you an invitation and you can participate in that if it's something that you're interested in. Everybody should have an online presence. Everybody should have some component and an online way to bring income into your life and into your family and into your world. It's just something that's open, and the barrier to entry is so low. It's easy to do. I mean, the world of internet marketing makes it seem like it's super duper hard, but it's not that hard. And then left out in the cold was the idiom that we talked about today, being left out in the cold. And what I want to say about that is people will use excluding other people as a way to build themselves up, to feel better, to bully, to try to increase their status, but not realizing the devastation and the hurt and the long-term harm that it can cause on other human beings. It's definitely a form of bullying. It's a form of manipulation, and it's been around, since the beginning of time, and will continue to be around. It's up to us to steel ourselves from that and to realize that sometimes the fear of missing out or missing out on an experience, it's in our own best interest to not participate in certain things. I have so many stories about missing out and the blessings that came from not participating in things, especially high school antics. There's a lot of situations and things that happen when people don't have the best judgment, where you choose not to go along. Hopefully you're listening to your intuition, and you find out that they all got in trouble because of something that they did that they weren't thinking about, right? in lots of situations in our life, we will be left out and excluded. We will be not told things. Things will be hidden from us. We won't have the information. We won't be invited to the party. We won't be invited on the trip, whatever. But we can control how we respond to that. Just because we're left out of one thing doesn't mean we're out of the game or out of our life or out of relationships. Just because the door seems to be closed doesn't mean there isn't another way in, another door in. If we don't see a door into something and something that we really want, we create our own door, right? We figure out our own way to get what we want. And I find that life will challenge us in ways that we never could have imagined, to see if we're really serious about the things that we say that we want. If we're really committed to and we really desire to achieve or be or participate in certain things. The universe tested me to see if I was really serious about playing tennis by losing my vision in one eye. I played tennis a lot when I was younger, and in my later college years, I started to have eye problems, inflammation in my left eye that caused me to lose the vision in that eye. And the universe tested me for about 10 years to see if I was serious about playing tennis, and I made attempts to play tennis and try to compensate for the one eye, and I finally stopped doing it because it was too frustrating to go from being a really good tennis player to being able to not even being able to hit the ball, being like 3 feet away. Could I have done things to make sure that I could have been a one-eyed tennis player? Absolutely. But to me, the commitment and the effort and what I would have needed to do to make that happen, it wasn't worth it for me, for what I was going to do with that. And so what did I do? I just found other activities. So although I felt like I was missing out on playing tennis a little bit, I just replaced it with other activities that I could participate in and that still made me feel good. So there's lots of examples of that in my life. I think I talked about family a little bit. We got together, my family and I did a Zoom call on Friday, and we had wine and beer and good cheer, and we ended up online together, some members of the family, for like 4 hours before the kids finally had to be put to bed. And it was amazing. We had 5 different states represented and, 6 different families, and it was amazing. And so we decided every week we're going to get together on a Zoom call, and my nephew's like, well, what else have we got to do? We're all pretty much not trapped, but we're self-quarantined and we're taking care of business. But let's do that. Let's make sure that we're being connected to family. So that was, I just have to admit, that was a really, really fun experience. And I will take credit for having thought of it and getting everybody together, because selfishly, I wanted to have a glass of wine. I haven't had anything at all. I don't believe in drinking alone. I have a sister that was an alcoholic, and so I've learned a long time ago that addiction can run in our family, and I'm not going to set myself up for that. So I was like, really wanted to have a glass of red wine, but I didn't want to drink alone. So I called everybody up and I said, hey, let's have a glass of wine and just catch up with each other and check in and see how we're all doing throughout this experience. It's an experience that's different for each of us, yet we're all going through it at the same time. So there's power and there's connection in that. That's it. That's all I've got. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. If you are someone that does not have any type of online presence in your business and you want one fast, just ask me. We could get you going in about 5 minutes. I can tell you the steps you need to do and exactly what you need to do to get moving in that direction. Everybody needs to move in that direction, especially in the situation that we're in right now. We need to be able to use and do what we can do to keep moving forward and keep making progress in our lives. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.